If you're at a public place like a coffee shop, airport, or hotel, ask yourself one question. Am I currently on public Wi-Fi? Because public Wi-Fi is one of the easiest ways for hackers to get access to your personal information. And most people who use it have no idea how exposed they actually are. Let me explain how this works. When you connect to a public Wi-Fi network, your device is sharing that network with every single other person connected to it. And unlike your home network, which is password protected and private, public Wi-Fi is open and unencrypted, which means anyone on that same network with the right tools can intercept the data being sent between your device and the internet. Your messages, your passwords, your banking details, all of it can potentially be read by someone sitting across the room from you. But it gets even worse. One of the most common tricks hackers use on public Wi-Fi is called a rogue network. What they do is sit down somewhere with a laptop and a small device that anyone can buy online, and they create their own fake Wi-Fi hotspot with a name that sounds completely legitimate. Free airport Wi-Fi, coffee shop guest network, hotel lobby Wi-Fi, something that looks exactly like what you'd expect to see. And if your device is connected to a network with that name before, it might even connect to the fake one automatically without you doing anything. Once you're connected to their network, everything you do online goes through their system. A security researcher actually demonstrated this live. He set up a fake version of a real public Wi-Fi network in a busy public space, gave it the exact same name, and within minutes, people were connecting to it without realizing. He could see every website they visited, every search they made, and when someone typed in their Facebook login details on his fake login page, he could read their username and password in real time as they typed it, letter by letter. And you don't even need to fall for a fake network for this to be a problem. Even on a legitimate public Wi-Fi network, the fact that it's open and unencrypted means that anyone with basic hacking knowledge can position themselves between you and the network and read your traffic. This is called a man-in-the-middle attack, and it's a lot more common than most people think. Now at this point you might be thinking, but I only use trusted websites. Surely the padlock in my browser protects me. And you're partially right. If a website uses HTTPS, the content of what you do on that site is encrypted. So even if someone intercepts your connection, they see scrambled data rather than readable information. But here's the catch. Not every website uses HTTPS. And even on sites that do, a hacker can sometimes redirect you to a fake version of that site that looks identical but doesn't have that encryption. On the fake Google page that the security researcher created, the address bar didn't even show a lock. Instead of google.com, it just showed a series of numbers. But who actually checks the full URL every time they go on a trusted website like Google? Almost no one. So what should you actually do to protect yourself? The first thing is to verify the network before you connect. Ask an employee what the actual Wi-Fi name is before you just tap on whatever shows up in your list. That one step alone eliminates the risk of connecting to a rogue network. The second thing is to avoid accessing sensitive information on public Wi-Fi if you can help it. Your banking app, your email, anything with a password or financial details. If it can wait until you're on a private network, let it wait. The third thing is to turn off file sharing while you're on public Wi-Fi. On a public network, leaving sharing enabled means other people on that network can potentially access files on your device. Turn it off before you connect. And the fourth thing is to turn your Wi-Fi off completely when you're done using it. Even when you're not actively browsing, your device is still transmitting signals and looking for networks it recognizes. Turning it off when you don't need it removes that vulnerability entirely. But honestly, if you want proper protection on public Wi-Fi, the most effective thing you can do is use a VPN. And here's why it makes such a big difference. When you connect to a VPN, all of your traffic gets routed through an encrypted tunnel before it even leaves your device. So even if a hacker is sitting on the same network and intercepts your connection, all they see is encrypted data that's completely unreadable to them. It doesn't matter if the network is fake or legitimate. It doesn't matter if someone is running a man-in-the-middle attack. The encryption makes your traffic useless to anyone trying to read it. Personally, I use NordVPN whenever I'm on public Wi-Fi. And the reason I trust it specifically comes down to a couple of things. First, they have a verified no logs policy that's been independently audited by outside security researchers. So the VPN itself isn't collecting data on what you do. Second, they have a feature called a kill switch, which means if the VPN connection ever drops for any reason, your internet cuts out immediately rather than suddenly exposing your real traffic on the public network without you realizing it. If you're regularly working out of coffee shops or traveling to places where you rely on free Wi-Fi, a VPN is the most complete solution you can have. Because the moment you connect, everything is encrypted and none of the tricks we talked about today will work on you. If you want to try out NordVPN for yourself, you'll find the best discount link that's currently available in the description below. I hope this helped, wishing you a safe and private internet experience.